my mixer stopped working. It would run, the motor would come on, but the part that mixes would get stuck on anything thick that it was trying to mix. It felt a little bit like something between the motor and the mixer part was stripped. I wish I'd gotten some video of it not working, but I never thought about recording it not working. So I'll do projects every so often that seem really little and I shouldn't even bother turning the camera on. But I've learned that oftentimes those projects turn into something somewhat interesting about them. So I've been trying more and more to just videotape whatever I'm working on. This is the mixer project. I watched a few videos on fixing one of these mixers, and it didn't seem too difficult. I'll link down below to some of the videos that I watched, which may in fact be more helpful than my video if you're actually trying to fix one of these mixers. The other problem I had was the whole head of the mixer was loose, but that turned out to be a completely separate problem. But you can take the band off the mixer, and then there's some screws that are revealed, and you can take the top off. And this reveals the motor and the gears on the inside. I could take the controller off for the motor. I carefully moved that aside and didn't disconnect any of the wiring. I can take the cover off the gears. And the gears are sort of packed in grease. And this takes the power from the motor down to the part that mixes on the mixer. And it was pretty clear there was something that wasn't connecting in the teeth. And I found the gear that was kind of under the worm gear definitely had a lot of teeth missing. I have a little washer that needs to come off. One tool I got for this project was a pair of pliers that gets these. I'm not sure what these are called. I would call it a sort of a pin washer or a lock. It's not a lock washer. It holds things along a shaft and keeps them from falling off. So once I had that off, I could take the gears apart. Besides the stripped gears, I also found there's a pin on the inside of the upper gear that was broken. I went online and I found a new pin, but I was impatient and I thought, I bet I can make one of those pins and I could use my metal lathe for something. So I got out the rest of the pin that was left, and I could get the lower gear that needed replacing off. I also found that all of these parts you can order online. It's actually not hard to find the pieces to do this. I read some forum somewhere where someone here in Portland had gotten their mixer fixed at a repair shop, and it ended up costing similar to what buying a new mixer was. I really didn't have anything to lose by pulling the mixer apart and trying to do it myself. I tried my hand at making the pin that I needed to hold the gears in place. I found a piece of steel. I haven't done a whole lot of metal turning, and I think my first attempt I had the way that the cutting surface was cutting wasn't right. Also, I had my piece sticking out way too far. But I got more of the hang of it, and I could cut off a little bit at a time. Also move the shaft out of the chuck as I needed to cut more and more of the pin. And once I had enough length and I had it to the right diameter, I could cut off the piece that I needed. That's probably not how you're supposed to do it, but I didn't want it falling off onto the floor somewhere and I would never find it. Probably the hardest part of this whole project was getting all the grease out of the gears, which wasn't really that difficult, it was just messy. I wanted to replace the grease, not so much because it was old, it seemed like it was in okay shape. I just didn't want the little bits of metal in the grease that might damage the new gears. And I fixed the head being loose. There were some screws between the column and the head that had just worked loose over the years. And I could put the gears back together again. It's all really very simple. There's really only 2 gears on this shaft to worry about and a worm gear that runs along the side. So it's just putting the lower gear in, putting the pin in, and that kind of connects the lower gear and the upper gear to the shaft. And the upper gear sits on that. I think the upper gear runs the drive that's on the front of the mixer that drives accessories, like the peeler and the noodle maker and all of that kind of stuff. Then I got new grease, kind of slathered that around. You really can't have too much grease on this, so put as much as I could get on there. And there's sort of a worm gear that just sits there. It's just sitting on bushings, so it goes in really pretty easily. And then a little pin washer and more grease. And more grease in the cover. And there's a little spacer, and that just holds everything down. I think the thing to take away from this project and video is that one shouldn't be afraid of pulling their tools and machines apart to fix them when they start to act up. If you take it slow and solve the problems as they come up, you can be amazed at what you can fix. It seems to work. I can put the cover back on. Hopefully it still goes back in place. I got this mixer new, I think in the late 90s. I've had it a while, and it's worked great until the gear's stripped. And it still seems to work, even with everything back together again. And I can take it back to the kitchen. I wanted to test it, so I made cookies. It's got a nice thick dough. Cream, some butter, and sugar. I've made bread in it as well, and kneaded that with the dough hook, and it works just fine. And the batter came out as it always does. Can use my cutting board project and scoop out the cookies. I wanted to see if the front takeoff power thing worked, and it made noodles just fine. It does sound slightly different, but I didn't record it beforehand, so I can't really compare. Just my memory of it seems it was slightly different. I fixed this, I think, late last spring or early last summer, so I've been using it for almost a year now, and it's still working just fine. The cookies are done. And oatmeal chocolate chip cookies with homemade dried cherries from the tree in our front yard are the best cookies in the world. Thanks for watching.